Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you're listening to Idea Diary. Thanks for coming back to my office and hanging out. So I'm still on the fence of exactly how I want to use Instagram and Facebook. Coming back after my social media year freeze, and I did decide that I do like staying in contact with people, but I definitely, as a business and a brand, I don't want to use Facebook and Instagram on a daily basis. I'm not sure how I feel about TikTok necessarily. I do find that TikTok is pretty funny. It's fun. I'm not gravitated towards it necessarily, even though I do think it is pretty cool, and I do think it's a really great way to get eyeballs on a product or a business. I feel like for me, maybe there'll be a TikTok switch where I'm having fun and I'm using it a lot, but at this point I can't add it onto my plate. And I might do Facebook and Instagram as like a weekly update, maybe even 2 weeks, maybe even just like a monthly update check-in, with kind of constantly checking in for in case I get DMs or something like that. Other than that, I feel like it's going to be a set it and forget it situation. Just kind of being available if a customer or a show listener or something like that, if they want to write me on a platform, I want to be there so that I can receive messages, but I definitely don't want to use it on a daily basis or anywhere close to how important it was. I would say even December 2019. Something shifted in 2020, and I'm just not feeling it as far as it being a really important marketing tool. Not that it's totally dead. I thought there could be a chance, but it's definitely not totally dead. I really thought Instagram and Facebook would just be kind of the normal people would leave, and then it would just be people working on their businesses, and it would just be a bunch of people selling stuff to people selling stuff, which there probably will still be a market for a little bit, but I do think a shift is happening in the way people are going to use social, and I'm just not sure where it is yet, and I'm kind of cool with that. I'm going with the flow, but I've taken any stress off of using social media platforms for marketing, just completely off the table. I'm focusing on YouTube and Medium and content and connecting that way as far as a brand. I feel personal is the new professional, to where you can kind of show the real side of yourself. And I'm still working on my voice, and it is very hard for me to come out and talk into a microphone all by myself every day, but I do enjoy it and I'm here for it. I guess if I would say I'm a personal brand and I'm working on that, I don't know if that's technically it of what I'm doing. I feel like my goal is to use the internet in a social way that I've never done before. I think younger kids, they've always possibly done that. I do hear that the younger generation, the Gen Zs, I guess, I don't know if there's a new name for the new 10-year-olds. I'm not sure. However it breaks down, I think Generation Z, they're more concerned with privacy than millennials are or were. And I feel like now there's an opportunity to kind of find a middle ground between showing off who you are. You don't necessarily have to show every single aspect of your life, like every single breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can be yourself, be on the internet, have internet friends in a way that you actually meet on the internet, and maybe someday you meet in person. But I think personal brand is kind of just what being a person is now. There's no difference. I think maybe in 2010, it was kind of like, are you going to take your online presence seriously? You have to build a personal brand. And that was a legit thing to say. However, I think that the time of personal brand is just being a person. I feel like it's going to be very rare that somebody's putting stuff online, not realizing that it's forever and it's not just your friends looking at your stuff possibly. I think everyone's putting themselves on the internet a little more seriously. Maybe not everyone yet, but I feel like that's the direction things are going. And that's why I'm taking the podcasting thing to the next level, posting things on YouTube, kind of doing the audio visual aspect of a podcast to see how good I can get and what I can do with it and what kind of content I can create. Then adding in serious blogging. I feel like that's the ticket, just kind of stepping everything up the next level rather than just putting a vacation photo on Instagram, having a real vision of everything that you're doing online. I feel like is a personal brand and it was kind of a more serious thing, but I feel like that's going to be just thought of as being a human and sharing yourself online and with people. And now with social distancing and all that stuff, who knows the levels of how far apart we're going to get and how much more we're going to be using the internet to communicate. I'm focusing on how I could be the best me and hopefully eventually inspire others to take the leap and don't be so scared. And maybe it's time to get in front of a camera, get a microphone, start today, even if it's boring, even if it doesn't seem great. I think it might just be a part of everyone's future, even grandma's possibly. So we'll see how it all goes, but you've got to think that a brand, even a personal brand, a brand isn't a business. A brand is an experience. A brand is how people kind of perceive you, or whatever it is that you're, a brand or a personal brand, how people experience you and think about you and how you make them feel. That's a brand. I feel like we're kind of in a new earth, in a new world, in a new time. Whatever's happening right now, we're definitely in a transition. So it's we're in a gray area. So it's hard to know the exact directions to go. But I think the main thing is focusing on what makes you happy, your genius, your talents, really putting yourself out there and thinking about the win-win. Because you can have a business or a brand without even a product. You being fun to hang out with online for an hour a day or an hour a week or an hour a month, whatever it is, that could be a business. And creating product or creating an experience or having a service or a million other things that are possible. Teaming up with other people that all have different strengths and y'all come together and y'all make something amazing. It's endless. Think about the win-win. Think about designing your day and being happy every day. What could that mean? It doesn't necessarily mean forgetting all responsibilities and just doing whatever you want. It's something you plan and you execute, and it's possible. It's Friday night, and I got a few things to do, so I guess today is going to be a short show, trying to make it fast. And I really appreciate it if you're listening today, and I will definitely see you tomorrow. I guess that's it. I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.